I didn't count, but I've got a lot of DVDs to show you guys. I did a trip to Goodwill, and I did a trip to the library, so some of them I own now, and some of them are rented. So we'll get into that, but first, you know the drill, you know the deal. We gotta do some channel maintenance, channel hygiene. Channels are Tamagotchi. So if you're new here, welcome to my nonsense. If you're old here, welcome back. Oh geez, if you're new here, please consider hitting subscribe. And if you're old here, go double check, make sure you're subscribed, hit the like if you like, leave a comment. It could be anything related to the video. It could just be hello, a few emojis, whatever, as long as it's cool and respectful. Hit the notification bell. As always, I've linked my tip jars down yonder in the description box. No pressure whatsoever, but every dollar to helps that is the last bit to make content. Also, you are invited to my Patreon. I know, not everybody can come, but you can't say you were invited. The link to my Patreon is down below, and I post a lot over there. If you want extra content, but you don't want to leave this platform, you can join YouTube memberships by clicking join below or going to my channel page, clicking the join button. That is content that is exclusive to YouTube members. In a Trident vibe. And get started. So, let's go with the ones that I bought first. This is Hostel. Hostel. I did not know Hostel was a Quentin Tarantino. The scariest movie in a decade. I don't even know what year this came out. But, and this is the unrated. I've never seen the unrated. I've seen the regular, the one that you can stream or whatever. Sick, twisted, disgusting, and absolutely brilliant. Presented by Quentin Tarantino and written and directed by Eli Roth. Hostel is a shocking and relentless film about two Americans backpacking through Europe who find themselves lured as victims of a murder-for-profit business. And this hit like back then, but now that we know what the elite are doing to people, it's probably gonna hit even harder now. I can't wait to watch it. Plus, I have my dark, I don't know what I'm gonna call the room, but it's kind of like gothic. I have that room almost fully set up now. I'm gonna drag one of my DVD players down there and enjoy all my horror and dark thrillers in there. So we've got that one. Full swing. We've got Nims Island. With Abigail Breslin, Jodie Foster, and Gerard Butler. This is a fun little adventure children's movie. But I love children's adventure. I like adult adventure too. But as far as children's movies go, I love children's adventure more than like a princess story. This one says, welcome to Nims Island, a tropical paradise where imagination runs and wild adventure rules. I'm not going to be able to read all of it because there's a little sticker on it. But Nim Russo lives on a deserted island with her scientist father Jack and her best friends, Selkie the sea lion, Fred the bearded dragon lizard, and Galileo the plucky pelican. The plucky pelican, the plucky pelican, the plucky pelican. So we've got, it's a full screen edition. I don't know why, like my DVD player that's over here somewhere, it won't play full screen. I've kind of toyed with the settings, I can't figure it out. And then we've got World War Z. I love zombies. I love vampires. I've never seen a crossover. I've never seen a movie with both of those. But World War Z with Brad Pitt. It's been a couple of years, so I'm ready to review this. The suspense is killer. Raves Peter Travers of Rolling Stone in this fast-paced, pulse-pounding action epic. Former United Nations investigator Jerry Lane is in a race against time to save both his family and the world from a pandemic that is toppling governments and threatening to destroy humanity itself. I think because it's been a few years, I forgot enough. Like, I don't remember how they figure out, like, what the cure is. classics, and it is The Borrowers. The Borrows, Little People in a Big Story. The Borrowers. I don't know why it's just called The Borrowers when it's 7 movies. When it's 7 movies. Little People in a Big Story. And The Borrowers. The peace and quiet of rural life is turned topsy-turvy for everyone when a boy, Dennis Larson, visiting from the city, discovers a family of tiny people, the Borrowers, hiding beneath the floorboards of a Victorian country home. And then there's Little Lord Fauntleroy. I don't know what that is. I've never seen Little Lord Fauntleroy. Jack and the Beanstalk, Where the Red Fern Grows. I can't handle it. I can't handle it. That's a tough one. Gulliver's Travels is on here. Mark Twain's Roughing It. I don't know what that is. And then George. I've not seen George before, but let's talk about a bang for your buck because I paid $2 for this. $2 for 7 movies. So, you know what's really nice about having DVDs is when the internet goes out, which we have good internet, but occasionally like the internet or even like the power will go out and my DVD players are usually charged so there's enough space or enough battery life on them to watch a DVD when the power goes out. Now these are the ones I checked out from the library. Just real quick, this is Bill Nye the Science Guy. Bill Nye the Science Guy. I'm gonna have to like hold him like this, I guess. Bill Nye the Science Guy. And this one is about bones and muscles because my son is doing a body unit, so he's learning about body organs, etc., etc., as much as a 5-year-old can. Okay, this one I watched. This last night and it was good. It was really good. I think I might do a spoiler on it. I had heard it was good and then I heard it was trash. I really enjoyed this one. It is about a family that lives in Hawaii. They have a pet chimpanzee. A pet chimpanzee, which is probably a bad idea, right? And the one girl comes home from college with her college friends. She invites some college friends. Her sister still lives at home. So they're all kind of like hanging out and they get to know this chimpanzee, Ben. Who's been in the family for years. But something has happened to Ben. And Ben is no longer a safe family pet anymore. Unfortunately, Ben has succumbed to something that has affected his brain, and now he wants to harm his family and their friends. Another Bill Nye, this is the one on the brain, the brain. And also, we thought we were done. Well, I thought I was done. I thought I was done with the Pokemon stuff. Nope. Chris found Pokemon and he's obsessed, and so he's been watching it on Netflix, but I did get him a Pokemon